In this lesson, we'll learn how to work with date and time in Python using the Datetime module. So let's begin with importing date, time, and datetime classes from the Datetime module. So at the top of the file, I'm going to type from datetime import date, time, and datetime. This should be enough to get us started. So now down below, we can create objects of these classes for various purposes. So let's assume we woke up from slumber and we don't know what date it is today. That's not a big problem because we can use the today function on the date class, and D1 will represent an object of that date class. And let's say, as well as the date, we would like to know what time is it now. So we're going to specify time with some specific values for the hours, minutes, and seconds, and T1 will be the object of the time class. But if we want sort of a shortcut function that will combine date and time into one, we can use the datetime class with the function now. Let's print the results just to confirm that we've received what we've been ordering. So print D1, T1, and DT1. This is kind of obvious, but I still need to warn you, please don't fret if your output is not the same as mine. But also, these objects have different properties that we can inspect separately. For example, on the date object, so D1, we can inspect the day and the year separately. And on time object T1, we can inspect such properties as, for example, hour. And on the DT1, so date time object, we can inspect such properties as, for example, month and weekday. And weekday is particularly interesting property because it returns the day of the week as an integer. And so we could do something like the following. We could create a list with days of the week, and then we can map the integer returned by the weekday with the corresponding day of the week from the list. Therefore, if I'll use the DT1 weekday as sort of index to days, it will return what day is today, according to where I am at the moment in time. So it has returned Thursday, and I've just checked with my calendar. Today is Thursday indeed. But there is a little caveat. All of these properties are read-only. So if we'll try to modify them directly, we'll get an error. So if we want to get around this limitation, in case we want to update, say, a property on date or time object, we would have to use a method called replace. So it will return this object with the same attributes except for those attributes given new values. So this is how it works. So our D1 object will now have its year value changed to 2020, month changed to 6, and day was changed to 24. T1's object value of the hour property was changed to 12. The values of DT1 properties were changed to 2031 for the year and 7 for the month. Very well, let's print them all out. And that will give us 3 objects with modified values of their properties.